Qorban, a journey of faith, sacrifice, and mercy. Long ago, in the ancient lands of Mesopotamia, there lived a man named Abraham, revered across the monotheistic world for his unshakable faith in God. For years, he and his wife Sarah had longed for a child, and in their old age, Ibrahim was finally blessed with a son through Hajar, a boy named Ismail. As Ismail grew into a thoughtful and helpful young boy, Ibrahim's heart was full of gratitude. He saw his son not just as a blessing but also as a sign of God's mercy. But then came a test that would challenge the very limits of human faith and devotion. A divine dream. One night, Ibrahim had a vision, a dream, in which God commanded him to sacrifice his beloved son, Ismail. He was shaken but recognized the dream as a message from his Lord. The command was clear. It was a test unlike any he had faced before. Rather than conceal the dream, Ibrahim turned to Ismail with honesty. "My son," he said gently, "I have seen in a dream that I must sacrifice you. What do you think?" To his amazement and sorrow, Ismail responded with complete submission. "Oh, my father, do what you are commanded. You will find me, if Allah wills, among the steadfast." Quran 37, 102. The Walk to Sacrifice. Father and son walked together to the place of sacrifice, a silent, heart-wrenching journey that embodied courage and trust in God. When they arrived, Ibrahim laid his son down, prepared to fulfill the command. But just as the blade approached, a voice called out, "Oh, Ibrahim, you have fulfilled the vision." At that moment, God intervened, revealing that Ibrahim had passed the test of faith. Instead of Ismail, God provided a ram to be sacrificed, a symbol of mercy and substitution, a legacy that endures. This event was not the end but the beginning of a tradition that would echo through the centuries. God decreed that this act of devotion and sacrifice would be commemorated by Muslims each year, a day that would come to be known as Eid ul-Qorban, the festival of sacrifice. Every year on the 10th day of Dhul-Hijjah, Muslims around the world honor this story. It is also the culmination of the Hajj pilgrimage, where pilgrims reenact the steps of Ibrahim, Hajar, and Ismail in the holy lands of Mecca. A global celebration. As the sun rises on Eid ul-Qorban, the story is retold not in words alone but in prayers, sacrifices, and charity. Red prayers gather communities in mosques and open fields. Animals are sacrificed: sheep, goats, cows, and camels, mirroring the ram provided by God. The meat is shared, 1/3 for the family, 1/3 for friends and neighbors, and 1/3 for the poor and hungry. In every home, every prayer, and every act of kindness, the legacy of Ibrahim's obedience and Ismail's courage lives on. The deeper meaning Eid ul-Qorban is more than a historical remembrance. It is a spiritual mirror that reflects what it means to surrender one's ego, attachments, and desires for something higher. It reminds Muslims to trust in God's plan even when it is difficult, to give freely, especially to those in need, to live with compassion, unity, and humility. The festival in every land, from the bustling cities of Cairo to the mountain villages of Indonesia, from the fields of Nigeria to the streets of Istanbul, Eid ul-Qorban is celebrated in diverse ways. Yet its heart is the same. Known by many names: Bakrid, Qurban Bayramı, Hari Raya, Qurban Tabaski. It brings families together, ignites the spirit of giving, and renews the bond between humankind and the divine. The eternal message. The story of Eid ul-Qorban is not just a tale of the past. It is a living narrative, a timeless reminder of what it means to live with faith, to give without hesitation, and to bow before the will of God with open hands and a willing heart. Just as Ibrahim raised the knife in obedience and lowered it in mercy, every act of Eid ul-Qorban echoes that sacred moment, where faith meets action and sacrifice meets salvation.